What's going on? Matt Malatesta here with Coach Greg Cranfill, the weekly St. Pius Coaches Show. Coach, big win this weekend over Village. You know, tell me what y'all kind of got accomplished in that game. It was 56-0, but just tell me what y'all worked on.
Yeah, so, I mean, in any case like that, we're looking for specifics, you know, in the fact of what we put into the game plan, what we want to show other people, and then how we execute. And I was very proud of our kids. You know, we onside kicked right after our first touchdown and worked that successfully. No turnovers on the day, very few penalties. I think we had one pre-snap penalty on offense and one pre-snap penalty on defense. So it was pretty much a clean game. Our kids did a great job of preparing. You know, I was good. You know, Thursday going into that game, there were about 15 different question marks. The flu hit us, man, and we had 11 starters out on Monday, and then 5 more were out on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we had practice, and we had like 18 total kids there on varsity. Then Thursday, we went ahead and went, you know, full pads for the first full day. And had a good workout, but we're still missing 8. And then Friday showed up and executed a game plan that we had put in. And I was very proud of our guys dealing with that adversity.
So now you got a big one. Antonian coming in undefeated in district play, 6-1 on the season. You know, what do you see from them on film so far?
Yeah, I mean, it's a complete football team in the fact of they're a well-coached football team, and they've got dudes. You know, they've got players. I was going over the game plan earlier, and I kept saying, this is a good football player, and this is a good – and I stopped. I said, you know what? Let's just all just get it out. Every one of these guys, top to bottom, are good football players. So I don't see any ginormous weaknesses that we're going to attack any specific person. It's just a matter of us going out and executing what we put into the game plan. And that's our plan, you know. And for us, it all starts with Bryce at quarterback. You know, Bryce went 10 of 14 for almost 200 yards and 4 touchdowns versus the Village, and executed the game plan to perfection. And that's what we've got to have coming out this Friday as well. Defensively, we were flying around the ball, and versus Antonian, we've got to be able to do that. You know, we've got to have. Our great players have got to have great games, and that's what I told them. And then hopefully it's so contagious that the guys around them step their games up as well, and we make plays. We're going to have to. I mean, there's no doubt this is a great football team. So we've got our hands full, but my guys are up to the challenge. You know, our coaches are excited about it, and we're going to try to give our kids the best opportunity to go out Friday night and have a chance to win.
You got Antonian, you know, it's kind of like a Katy or a North Shore or a Lake Travis. You know, it's mental. A lot of it is mental. How do you kind of guard against them being like, oh, wow, this is a big setting. We're playing Antonian. How do you kind of keep their confidence, you know, early on in the game when something may go wrong, or right when they get off the bus and they see, hey, these are some dudes, like you said.
Yeah. And I think it's all about focus. You know, I ask our kids to stay laser focused on what we do and control the things that we can control. You know, going back all the way till last week, dealing with what we were dealing. You know, a couple of my coaches said, Coach, you seem so calm when everything around you is like thunderstorms and tornadoes. And I said, guys, all we can control are the things that we can control. And that's what we're going to do. We have a plan for everything. And we're very honest with our football team. You know, I tell them every day, life is not full of sunshine and rainbows. There's going to be thunderstorms. There's going to be bad plays. There's going to be things that happen. But all I ask you is to get up and run to the next situation with an attitude of we are the alphas. And no matter who they put in front of us, that's how our attitude's got to be. And that's how we want them to attack life. You know, whether it's the business world, whether it's in any profession, I don't want guys that played for us to look at themselves as less than anybody else in that room. And that's kind of the mentality that we try to sell to these kids, and they do it, man. And I love it.
And finally, talk about they're kind of outscoring their opponents 2-1. What do you see on their side? Would you say they're more defensively oriented or offensively explosive, or kind of a combo of both?
Yeah, it's definitely a combination of both. And for them, to me, it starts defensively. They're able to make stops in critical situations. And then when they do that, they have some pretty dynamic skill kids, starting with their quarterback. But they've got a couple of receivers that have proven they can get open versus anybody. So, like I said, we've got our hands full, but I've got some good coaches on my staff, and I've got some good players in that locker room that are gonna do exactly what we ask them to, and go try to execute a game plan. I ask them every Friday night, lay your head on the pillow tonight, knowing that you did everything you could for the benefit of the St. Pius X Panthers. And if you can do that, then you'll wake up tomorrow a happy dude. And I think that's kind of a mindset that we want all young men to have. At the end of each night, before you close your eyes, if there's one thing that you can do to help your family, then get out of that bed and go do it. If there's one thing that you can do to help yourself be a better person, then get out of that bed and go do it. And if you can't think of anything, then lay your head, close your eyes, and sleep well,
Well, hey, y'all won't be sleeping on Antonian. It's going to be a really good game for y'all. Great challenge. Let's see how it turns out. This is Coach Greg Cranfill, St. Pius X Panthers. Hey, they're on a roll right now. A couple of really big wins. Let's see if they can, handle Antonian. And we'll check back with them next week to see how it went.
Go Panthers.